Alright, so like I said, this is another one I tuned. I tuned the G288 and the g660. The log's not as big as the other one, but give it a couple rips on both, and then we'll do some noodling, I guess they call it, on that big log there. I cut that big one with a 36-inch bar on the 660. There's about 4 or 5 slabs like that. She did all right. Not horrible. All right. One bar. It's not really a big log, but I guess we'll get the idea. Safety first. Always gotta have safety. Pretty good sized noodle. I don't know where the camera is. Definitely runs a lot better. Tuned up, definitely cuts a lot stronger. And we've had a lot of precipitation up here in New England, so everything's really wet. a 24-inch bar on the 288. The 660 has a 29-inch, 28-inch bar, 28-inch 3/8 063 chain, full chisel. They both were full chisel chains. Couple rips. Okay, well, guess the proof's in the pudding there. That 660 make it look like a cakewalk compared to that 288. It's pretty good noodles too. Shot noodles like 10 feet back. Oh. Some good slices. My 660 is slightly modded though. Slightly, not very crazy. I pretty much just opened up the muffler like it is on the 288. They have a straight pipe. I don't know if you can see in there, but I open it up and I slit the baffle down, and then I open the side of it up a little bit, and then on the back the 660 comes with like this band around it. I took that off, and it came with like this plastic cage, and I took that off, so it just ultimately more airflow. I mean, in theory, it could be just a collapsing cage so the filter doesn't collapse or etc. But to me, I do automotive, I don't do small engines, but to me, more airflow is usually better. And that 660 was ripping. I was having a hard time holding on to that thing. That thing is a puller. So the 288 set to 13.2, so 13,200 RPMs to 300 RPMs to 13.3. at full throttle, and the 660 set to about the same. The book says 13 flat for the Husqvarna versions and 13.5 for the still versions, any of those big saws. And they're close to about the same RPM, and the idles are about 2600 to 2300 RPM. Like the low end, I went up till I idled up, and then I backed down a little bit, like you see where it says everywhere. And then I set the idle, and then I set the high end. Make sure they're really hot. I do like the 288. I mean, it gets the job done. But I mean, that 660, like you see the size of that log, that thing was huge, and I cut through that with a 36-inch bar on the 660. Like, I mean, I burnt the clutch out on it. The bar was loose and oiled up. I mean, that's the only problem I've had with the 660 is I had to put new clutch bearings in it. I keep them greased up now. That's a big thing. And then the dogs on the outside, the bolts keep loosening up on that, so I keep tightening them up. And I use red Loctite, and I seem to help a lot. But so far, and then on the 288, I already lost the cap to the decompression valve, so I already had to put a new decompression valve on that one. But I mean, what do you want? You're paying $300 for saws that normally run over $1,000. So I mean, you gotta give some, take some. You ain't gonna get the best of quality, but I mean, I literally cut a ton of wood. Like I cut a ton of wood. So there's this stuff. I cut all that. In front of me, I cut all that. There's 7 trees I dropped. I cut all that. I cut all that. Pickup truck. Cut all that over there. I mean, that 660 has definitely got a lot more hours on it than the 288 because this was all cut with that 660. But definitely, it's crazy that a couple cc's is just a whole different monster. But I like it. I like the 288. I like them both. For the money I paid for them, being a homeowner and only doing it on the weekends, I like it.